Hey guys, I'm going to do a critique on a video called What My Vegan Kids Eat in a Day. Kids only have one chance to develop in their life, so it's really important they get adequate nutrition. So this is a really important topic, especially these days. There's a lot of vegans raising their children as vegan, so let's get into it.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just doing a What My Kids Eat in a Day. So the kids are vegan, they will be eating throughout the day.
She's got sunken in eyes, a lot of makeup on, makes you wonder why.
Monday, so we are all off from school and work.
Not as bad as a lot of the vegans.
It's quite nice really. I'm just putting together a few snacks to take with us. We're taking the train down to London, so I always kind of take a few snacks because the boys will inevitably get on the train and the first thing they'll say is that they're hungry. But I'm not going to pack too much today because actually once we're in London, the choices for vegan food are endless. You know, when you're in a big city like that, the choices are really good, especially in London. So we're looking forward to kind of choosing a restaurant to eat in. It's really easy anyway to eat in any restaurant vegan now. But obviously in London you've got a lot more purely vegan restaurants where you can
purely vegan.
You don't have to look at the menu. You just know that
us meat eaters aren't worthy. We're not pure.
So we're going to have a little Google, I think, while we're on the train and see where we want to go to have some nice lunch. We're heading down to the museums, which is going to be really fun. I will just show you kind of quickly what I am packing in the bag, but like I said, it's just a few snacks to kind of tide us over. In terms of my boys, I've got a 6-year-old boy, an almost 4-year-old boy, and then I've got a baby boy who's almost 6 months. So I am very, very soon going to be weaning him. So if you're interested in vegan baby weaning, then stick around on my channel.
That's dangerous. She's weaning her child at 6 months on a vegan diet. I wonder how long that's going to last.
My channel and subscribe, and you'll see lots of videos of that coming up. We are choosing what cereal we're having.
Oh God.
Yes, darling.
Look at all that cereal.
We've got to that point in our cereal stash where we've just got tiny bits left of all our boxes. So we might have to do a bit of a put everything together kind of job, Wads. So what would you like? Weetabix and white balls, okay. So we're going to have these two, and then what milk are we going to have?
Whoa, soy milk. So basically her children have for breakfast sugary cereal, grains, crap, topped up with soy milk. This is just a recipe for disaster. You cannot grow kids on these foods. They're going to have tooth decay, they're going to have growth issues. Let's keep watching.
This one? Yeah, we're going to have our milk.
Growing up drink, that is terrible.
Yeah, that's always fun and games, choosing what spoon we're going to have. So, Mummy will just pour these in and get the
I wonder how much sugar is in these.
A mix of the Weetabix and the balls. And
I love looking at labels just for fun, and sometimes I look at the back of these organic cereals just to see what the hell is in them. And they are like 30% plus sugar. A lot of these, some of them may be as low as 20, but most of them are typically between 20 and 35% sugar. It doesn't matter about the organic label or vegan label. They are sugar-filled wheat and grain junk foods.
then I'm just going to pour in the milk. Yes, darling?
It's bad enough we get them in the classic Western diet, the cereal and milk, but at least there's some nutrients, even though they're probably having pasteurized milk in non-vegan Westerns. They're getting nothing from the grains, and they're getting a little bit of nutrients from the milk. Now what this family has done, like a lot of vegans do, is the one thing that there may be some nutrients in, just keeping them growing at least, is the thing that they take out, the milk. They take the milk out of it. So now all you're left with is grains and soy crap, and you cannot grow children on this type of food.
Oh yes, you've got that big water bottle. Drink lots of water. Yeah? Yeah.
Don't push your kids to drink too much water. Just give them access to water, easy access, and they will drink what they need.
And then you can have your cereal, and I'll go and get your brother, yeah? There we go. It's going to also grab...
Oh, what is this?
They are for Eduardo's birthday on Wednesday, he's going to take them to his preschool to give out to all his friends. So we just got some vegan sweet.
He's taking candy to his preschool friends. Why are they giving out? It's bad enough these kids are eating sugar, right? But now they're spreading that to other children. I get mad at parents that give out sugar and crap to my children. They shouldn't be allowed to do it. Sure, you know, birthday parties and things like that, an occasional thing, but you don't have to just go and bring a whole bunch of sugar. Kids are really happy just to play with their friends and, you know, have some other options that aren't full-blown candy. Come on, don't give this to your kids.
Your friends at preschool, yeah, so we got some vegan sweeties, didn't we? Some Millions and some...
But they're vegan, so it's okay, right? Some vegan sweeties.
You are going to have presents. So these are the...
Vegums.
We can't go downstairs when it's bedtime.
Okay.
Alright, so let's just recap on what he's eating there. So he's eating grains, sugar, and soy milk. So grains is basically the same as sugar anyway. It just converts to glucose in your blood. So he's having sugar on top of sugar. Now, there's in the Wheat Bix there, they are a whole grain. So they're going to contain all the phytic acid that you get in the bran of that grain. Those other things, I don't know what those little balls are, but they're probably going to be like rice or corn or something. They're just useless grains. They're still going to have the anti-nutrients. The Wheat Bix are the worst culprit when it comes to the anti-nutrients or any whole grains. And on top of that, they're having the soy milk, which is going to cause all sorts of problems in their body. They're not going to get any nutrition from that they need. And now she's giving them these little candy gums just because they have a pretty cardboard label and a green logo on it doesn't make it healthy. It's really deceptive. But this is basically sugar with artificial man-made vitamins in it. And these just do not get absorbed anywhere near what natural food does, say from animal products. Let's continue.
Getting excited about Wednesday, aren't we? Your birthday. These are the ones we have, the vegan multivitamins gummies. I like them because the kids really like having gummy vitamins, don't they? Rather than
she likes them because the kids really like having them.
One of these with our breakfast. So Zach is having porridge this morning because we have run out of quite a few cereals. So he's having just the Quaker rolled oats porridge. I do about half a cup of the oats and then about
phytic acid, anti-nutrients, more soy milk.
A couple of minutes and I'll show you that. So here's the porridge all done and then I'm just going to add a little bit of maple syrup. Do you want to go and choose a spoon, Zach? Oh, it's tough. Here we go.
So her other child, she is giving them much of the same type of thing. So we've got the oats, which is full of the anti-nutrients. This is a recipe for tooth decay and stunted growth. So on top of this, she's put the soy milk, which is crap. And now she's just drizzling it with sugar. I don't care, it came from a tree. Maple syrup is just another sugar. It might have a little bit of a different nutrient profile to, well, sugar profile, I should say, to some other sugars, but it is basically the liquid taken out of a maple tree, and then it is concentrated down. They remove all the water out of it to reduce it down to a thick, sugary sludge. So it's been cooked and it has been reduced down to basically pure sugar. It's about 90% sugar in this. It doesn't matter where it came from. There may be some minerals, but it doesn't mean it's okay. So she is basically giving the same thing as the other cereals. It's just grains, soy milk, and sugar, not what a growing child needs. Does she realize what she's doing? Does she know this is not what a child's going to grow on?
Nice words.
The children look healthy. I'm just blocking them out because I don't like to post pictures of other people's children. I think that's too personal, and these children didn't really have a choice of being on this YouTube video. They're too young to decide this type of thing. But her children look fine to me. I'm guessing that they haven't been vegan very long term and they would have been breastfed, and it's still early stages, so it's going to time will show the damage that this diet is doing. This is just the breakfast, but it's already set up for these children to get tooth decay and underdevelopment.
So this is what I'm just packing up in the bag to take with us on the train.
Wow.
So I've got the boys' water bottles.
Look at all that junk food.
We'll buy some water once we are in London as well. And then I've just got some little snacks. So I've got some bars.
Just got some little snacks.
These bars are quite nice, the chocolate chip oat bars by Dove's Farm. And then the goodies.
Sugar, sugar, sugar.
Really nasty, so I've got strawberry.
Look at all this packaging, and she thinks it's okay because it's got organic on it and it's got goodies and cute little kids' names. She's just fallen into this false belief that this is good for you because she's just believing the marketing. That's just marketing crap on the front of these. They're full of sugar and grains. There's nothing in here that's going to help a child. There's actually quite the opposite. These will have negative effects, these types of foods. Grains is going to damage their gut and they will have problems with digesting later, and they will not absorb the nutrients that there are in the foods because they're just all locked up and they can't get to them.
Apple one, a couple of strawberry apple ones.
And then of course there's a sugar issue.
Rhythm 108. I think it's meant to be a bit like a Mars bar or something, but obviously a lot better for you.
She has no idea what's in it. It's like a Mars bar or something. She has no idea what she's even giving her children. They're your children. You should know everything that's going in their bodies. You're just blindly buying this and just thinking because it's cute and vegan and organic, then it's okay for them. It's not. And look at all this packaging. I thought vegans are supposed to save the planet. And look at all this. She probably uses more rubbish in 1 week than I use in the whole year. It's just packaging on packaging and packaging.
And some little gummies and a couple of packets of
Gummies.
So literally just things for...
Again, these cute words that make it sound like it's good for these kids. Bickies, gummies. Doesn't matter how you package it up, it's sugary junk.
We are now just sat in Lyon restaurant. We have just gone to the Science Museum, looked all around there, and now the kids are really hungry. We were going to try and find like a special vegan.
They've eaten all this food and they're hungry already?
It's Bank Holiday Monday and we saw Lyon and we knew they had lots of vegan options in here, really nice kind of burgers and chips. So we've come in here, we've managed to find a seat, it's quite busy, we've got the buggy and the boys, but I will show you what we have ordered just now. So boys have got burgers and chips. I just got them burger without anything inside it because they don't like the sauces and bits and bobs. But the chips are really cool, aren't they, Zach? Look at those, yummy. And then I got them a sparkling apple juice as a little treat. Then this is our burger with all the trimmings inside, vegan burger. I got a little, it's like a crushed pea mint salad thing on the side, and then the chippies.
Wow, I almost thought that was real meat for a second there. I thought, wow, she isn't so narcissistic after all, but no, this is a vegan restaurant and it's just junk food. And look at this, it's worse than McDonald's. I would say McDonald's is better than this because at least they have some animal protein and animal fats in there and the body will get some of that out. But this is just fake meats and all of these potatoes they're eating, these French fry type of things they're eating, they're just going to be deep fried in vegetable oils and they're very inflammatory. I mean, it's deep fried junk. The burgers, fake meat, again, it's going to be soy processed with crap in there, vegetable oils, and the bread is going to be just full of preservatives. Those types of fast food places that have bread, they have a lot of preservatives in them. So what is she giving these children? It's just a nightmare. I really hope she doesn't give this to them very often because I would say this is 100 times worse than real normal McDonald's.
We are now back from our day in London and I forgot to show you
God,
on the train
look at all this
home.
packaging.
The boys had a snack which was these hippies.
They've had more snacks. They've been eating packaged processed junk all day and then they've just had a junk food lunch. And then on the way back, they're eating junk food processed chips or crap.
Like puff crisps. They're really great. They're organic chickpea puffs in different flavours.
They're really great. They're organic. Does she think because there's organic on the label, it means it's great? Come on. Look on the labels. Look at what you're giving them. Do you have any idea what's in there? Do you think your children can turn chickpeas into their growing brain, into their body, their skeleton, their muscles? Do you think that's going to grow all of their body, chickpeas? Think about it.
So, sweet and smoking and the kind of cheesy ones, and they are vegan, and you can pick them up now.
They want cheesy flavors. They want real cheese. Give them real cheese.
In High Street Kensington, but you can pick them up kind of anywhere. Yeah, there are different flavours as well. And we did pop in Whole Foods.
Look at all of this. So I think she uses it in one day more packaging than I use in a year. There's packaging everywhere. And look at these little things in the corner there, the little almond butter junk things. Look how much packaging there is for these little single servings. Come on, vegans are supposed to be, well, they claim that they are helping save the planet. And look at this. Is this saving the planet? Look how much packaging there is.
Much to my husband's dismay,
Not to mention that it's disgusting junk food and filled with sugar for these children.
It's really great for vegan. It's great for like specialty stuff. It's great for healthy stuff. So I'll just show you what
Healthy.
we picked up a few cereals, just these kind of cereals, more hard.
So is this healthy, this cereal? You're there saying that these are healthy foods, and you're saying that these Choco Chimps are healthy. I guarantee there will be 30% minimum sugar. Are you calling that healthy just because it's got organic and vegan on the label? Think about it.
To come by sort of in your local supermarkets. So we got these kind of choco corn puffs, which are like little balls. We've got the peanut butter and chocolate balls, and then these cereal flakes, a bit like bran flakes. But
She doesn't know anything beyond the front label. She just knows the flavors and the taste. And because it's organic on the label, then it must be good, right? Good. These are really good. Of course your kids are going to eat this sugary crap.
I picked up some tempeh. I find this hard to find in supermarkets. I can only really get it online at Planet Organic and places.
More fake
It's really
meat.
nice. It's kind of like bacon-esque, smoky maple bacon flavoured tempeh.
I bet you and your kids would love to eat some real bacon. If not, why are you eating this? What do you think is in real bacon that's going to make it worse than this? Sure, traditional bacon has got the nitrates and those sort of problems with it, and I wouldn't recommend eating processed meats. However, you can get pork and other fresh cuts, just like pork belly, and they're not going to have any problems. Even though they've got a little bit more omega-6, they're going to be far more nutritious than this processed junk. What you're eating here is processed soy, and it is very inflammatory, full of anti-nutrients. It is just processed junk, and you're not going to get anything from it. And it's covered in who knows what sort of flavorings you're going to get from, that smoky flavor. Why don't you just eat some real meat? That's what your children really want.
Which is really great. Picked up some alfalfa sprouts, which are lovely. I can get these from Waitrose, but I saw them and I wanted
Sprouts
some
are
of
gross.
those. Other random little bits. This looked really nice as a little snack. Salted caramel, cashew and cacao.
Sprouts have
crisps.
issues as well.
Some vegan cookie dough.
Vegan cookie
I like
dough.
these little pouches.
Look at this junk.
Pepper nut, almond butter. I love pepper nut because they're almond butter, peanut butter, all the different types of nut butters are just sort of ground nuts. There's no...
They're going to be so oxidized. I mean, it's the almonds are blended up and put in plastic packaging. They're going to be so oxidized and so inflammatory. And, almonds are full of anti-nutrients. They have phytic acid. They're going to contribute to the tooth decay problem. I guarantee if these children do not have tooth decay already, because, I don't know how long they've been vegan, and if they did have tooth decay, I don't know if this woman would admit it, but if they don't, they're going to very, very soon. And it's just going to get worse and worse year after year.
Added palm oil or things like that. These little sachets are great for kind of on the go, adding them to toast, just having them like that as a snack. I can get this from Ocado. I've had this a couple of times, but I saw it and got it because I haven't had the salted caramel flavour.
Just more sugary crap. What is this?
Looks like it's been pierced while it's been on the train on the way home. But this is a really
This
cool,
sort of food is for people that have cravings. They have cravings because they're not getting enough nutrients in their diet.
Ingredients are water, dates, cocoa powder.
Wow, she's actually looking at the label here. What's in here? Dates. So that's where the sugar is going to come from. This is going to be some sort of sweet, what is it, like Nutella, basically. Healthy Nutella. I don't know what's worse, this one or real Nutella. Surprisingly, this doesn't have sugar added to it, but the dates will contain a lot of sugar, presuming they're maybe about maybe 60% of the volume of this food. Then this whole food is going to be about, you know, like 20% sugar at least.
Lime juice. How cool is that?
And even though it comes from dates, it's still just, I mean, what's in there? What's in there for your body?
Some of these, it's kind of like a sweetener, but with no sugar.
All she eats is sugar and grains all day, yet it's not sweet enough. She has to buy some sweetener to add to her sweet carbohydrate sugar foods.
The occasional kind of baking things that we do. And that was, I would have bought a lot more, but like I say, husband was with me, so I couldn't get away with it. In the background there is the remnants of Eduardo's really cool superhero vegan massive chocolate birthday cake.
Vegan cake.
From the weekend he had his party and we got this.
You do realize that that's full of sugar.
Look at that.
Sugar and flour and vegetable oils that are very, very, very inflammatory.
3:30 now.
But hey, it's okay if it's vegan, right?
Quite early on, and I will show you what they have then. Boys are just about to have their dinner. I made something really.
Alright, the dinner, what have we got here? We've got wheat pasta. So you're giving your kids wheat flour made into little shapes. And what are you adding to it? Hemp, fake cheese. What's in here? What is in this food that are going to, what's it going to give to your children? Do you think you're going to grow them with wheat flour and some hemp seeds? It's got nothing in it.
Easy because we obviously were out all day, and also Eduardo, who's my kind of fussy eater, my 4-year-old, didn't really eat the lunch. He ate the chips, but not the burger.
Did you hear that? So at lunch, she said he's a fussy eater, and all he's eaten at lunch is deep fried chips. So it's just potato in inflammatory vegetable oils. And he's a fussy eater. Maybe that's because you're only offering him vegan foods. I'm sure if you gave him some real cream, some eggs, some meat, he's gonna love those. He's gonna eat them up, and he will not be a fussy eater. I've raised children of my own, and they are not fussy eaters. They love the food I give them. I don't even have to push them to eat something. I just put it on the table and they will eat it, and it is not processed. It's just whole, natural, animal-based foods, and they love it.
So I wanted something that I knew he would fill up on. So this is kind of
If you are fussy eaters, it's because you're not giving your children the food that they need.
Pasta using the Sattler dairy-free pesto just in a jar, and then what I do to kind of make myself feel better.
Just wheat flour.
Every day for him is I always
Anti-nutrients.
add at least a tablespoon
Wheat flour
of
covered with
hemp seeds, which
anti-nutrients.
are really fantastic for
You cannot get the
really
protein
high
out of
protein.
hemp. I don't care what anyone tells you. Just because it has it on paper doesn't mean you can get it.
Like I say, it's tasteless, really.
Gonna have
And then
phytic
also for
acid.
the B12 and vitamins, I always put a tablespoon of nutritional yeast and just mix it all in with.
Why do you need B12? She must know that it's missing. Why would she be adding it in there? If a diet is natural and it's what these children should be eating, then why are you adding in these B12 supplements? Why? It's not necessary. If you gave them a piece of meat, it's going to have your protein and your B vitamins and all of the other nutrients that you don't realize your children are missing. Omega-3. And I'm not talking about the omega-3 you think you get from flax seeds or hemp seeds. I'm talking about real omega-3, not this ALA crap. I'm talking about EPA and DHA. That's what your children need. They cannot get omega-3s or protein or any nutrients out of these seeds. They're not birds. We do not have the capacity to get this out. I hope you understand that. That makes me really mad because I think part of her is aware that these children are not getting all the nutrients they need. She knows that the vegan diet is lacking. Otherwise, she wouldn't be adding in these things thinking, oh, I'm going to have this hemp one for protein, I'm going to have this for B12, I'm going to have this for this. When vegans select these things, it shows they are aware there's missing things in there. And what they're doing is they're self-diagnosing. They're choosing these nutrients from their own understanding, what they need. And just because you understand that you need B12 and protein doesn't mean that's all you need. What about all the things you don't understand? I mean, this person is not a nutritionist. And even a nutritionist is not going to understand everything the body needs. Nobody can comprehend all the nutrients and how they all interact in the body. It's extremely complicated. So for somebody to just hand pick certain nutrients, such as this B12 and such as many other vegans using flax seeds and chia seeds, it's just not going to work, because they're going to be missing all of these other things they don't understand that are missing. That's why I always recommend people having a really wide variety of animal-based foods, because firstly, animal-based foods are going to be absorbable, and that's what our body's designed to eat. But then getting them from a wide variety of sources allows to make sure that you're not deficient in anything. You're overlapping certain nutrients to make sure that you're getting them all. This diet right here is missing pretty much everything. All it's got in it is carbohydrate. And you know, I'm surprised these children are growing at all.
Pesto there. So that's his pesto pasta. Then Zach, he does like
Fake
pesto
cheese.
pasta.
It's just soy and inflammatory oil.
And I've put in the Linda McCartney pulled shredded chicken.
Just because you can try to emulate a food doesn't mean you're getting the food. If you crave cheese and your children want cheese, give them cheese. That's what they really need.
Chopped up tomatoes and cucumber. And Eduardo's got the same, except no tomatoes, because he won't eat tomatoes.
You know, they're nightshades, tomatoes. There's no nutrients in these little side dishes. They're just going to disrupt the digestion of the food that she's already giving them. Again, that grated cheese, what's in there that's going to help them? Just because it's got vegan on the label doesn't mean anything. Well, I mean, it does. It means it's fake. So, you know, you've got your soy and your vegetable oil in there. And what is a child going to get from soy and vegetable oil? Do you think that's going to grow their body? Think about it. Did you ever see any humans in our evolution evolving and growing eating soy and soybean oil or vegetable oil? No, this is an experiment these people are doing on their children, and it's really wrong. And she will see in a few years the damage that's been done.
And then some water for them. So I'm going to call them for their dinner now, and they will have this.
So it's a little bit later on. The boys ate their dinner up. I forgot to show you it because it was that kind of mad hour around dinner time. They'll have to get a bottle of water each for during the night if they need it. So that's what
More soy
they
milk.
ate today. I hope you found it informative.
So she's giving more soy milk. It was bad enough in the breakfast time, but now she's just giving them cups of soy milk here and there. I don't know what else to say about this. So what she's feeding these children is going to do long-term damage. All it is carbohydrate, sugar, and anti-nutrients, and a whole bunch of processed garbage food. Did you see all the packaging that she is producing? If she eats this every day, she's going to be creating so much packaging rubbish for the environment. And you know, what's the point of being vegan? People are trying to save the planet and save the animals, but all she's doing is polluting the environment, and she's killing her children. I mean, they are deficient. I think this is fairly early for them. The children didn't look that bad at all. They just look like normal kids to me, but she will see in the future, in the next 12 months, I guarantee, eating this sort of food every day, they will have tooth decay, and they will have stunted growth, and they will have other developmental problems. This is just going to go bad really, really fast. And I would like to check in on this lady in the next 12 months and just see her children. I guarantee they're going to be getting like the dark look around their eyes, and I guarantee their teeth will have problems. And I hope she would realize what she's doing is very wrong. but we can only hope, and if not, it is nothing short of child abuse. Like, I believe any parent is doing the best they know how to do, and this is not an attack at this lady. I believe she's doing the best she knows how to do, but I know what it's like to be a parent, especially when you're a new parent. You start to think about all the foods that you're having, and you feel like you've got this perfect little treasure. Your child is the most precious thing in the world, so of course you want to do the best for them. But unfortunately, some people, especially with all of the vegan videos on YouTube now, that they get influenced by these, and they just think that they're going to make this pure child, this pure, clean, healthy child, because they're so bombarded with all these images of the junk food world and everything like that, and they associate this meat as bad with that. So they want to make this pure child, and I understand that feeling, but unfortunately you're not doing it on a vegan diet. I'm really glad that I didn't go down the path of believing this kind of nonsense. I think it's crazy. When I had children, about 10 years ago, I went onto the paleo diet. That's a similar time to when I started. And of course, my children always had animal fats throughout their development. And they don't have any problems at all. They're fantastic. They're really well behaved, and they've got excellent development. And that's the best gift you can give to them. But unfortunately, when vegans have these children and they feed them what they believe is the best diet, a vegan diet, the damage that can be done can be irreversible. And I really wonder what's going to happen in the future when these children realize what their parents have done to them.